Welcome back to Brand Champions. I'm Howard Wolpoff, your host. Again, this is brought to you by Teal, the agency. And today we're here talking branding with Mike Sedita from the 16W Media Group. And Mike, welcome to our conversation today.
Hey, Howard, how you doing today?
Good. So let's start out by asking, what excites you about branding and working with companies and clients to generate stronger, better branding for their businesses?
Well, there's so many ways for a brand and a business to get out and get their message out. The thing I love about the branding component to it is, number one, the consistency. And one of the big battles that I fight, because I work with a lot of small to medium-sized business owners who are juggling 50 different things, is understanding you need to be consistent. You need to have the same brand message. You need to be in the same place, showing that you're there to create that know, like, and trust factor, so that when a consumer needs your product or your service, they already know you're the name they know. They're not Googling a random, information. They have your information already in their head from good branding.
Yes, that could be a concern, because I'm sure with a lot of these small business owners, you are working with someone who doesn't have a marketing background, doesn't have that vision. They are an expert at what they're doing and really want to share that with the world. But getting that message out, they really need someone like you to kind of direct them in the right way to share that message properly.
Yeah, I mean, our biggest thing, 16W Media Group, where our wheelhouse is really going in and talking to a business owner and understanding, because you're right, they're the expert in what they do. Our goal is to find out, first and foremost, who their primary, secondary, and tertiary audience is, understand timing and location of how they want to brand. And then obviously the big elephant in the room always with small to medium sized businesses is budget. Everybody guards that like they're, guarding Fort Knox. And the reality is, understanding the budget helps us to determine the best course of action to get a client the most bang for their buck, because those small to medium sized business owners are guarding every penny, especially when we're in these type of times where it's a little volatile and they don't know what the next thing is going to be. They really want to try to map out their budget and how they're spending their money. And we try to help them do that as comprehensively as possible, so there's not shortfalls and they're maximizing out what they're doing.
How challenging is it when you're speaking to someone and they're looking at the cost as an expense instead of an investment in their business?
Yeah, that really is one of the biggest challenges we have to deal with on a daily basis, because when you talk about those small to medium sized business owners, they're thinking of the check being written or their credit card getting hit every month or whatever their charge is. It's really trying to make an analogy that I use with them a lot of the times, is thinking of their marketing as a 401k plan. Just like when you have your 401k plan out of your business, I mean, most entrepreneurs don't have a 401k plan, but when you're in that mindset, you're basically putting that money in there, setting it, forgetting it. It comes out every month. And at the end of that long-term goal, you are getting that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's very similar with branding. You need to make that investment. It's not an expense. Know what that is and allocate that money every month so that you are consistently in front of the right audience. And then that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is when everybody knows who you are. Your brand looks familiar. You have the same logo, like the one over my shoulder here. You have all the same information that's out there, and they just know who you are from that consistency.
Yes, consistency really is key when it comes to the brand, to being recognized. And is there one thing in particular that might surprise people about branding that they really should be aware of moving into a conversation like this?
One of the big things I do run into a lot is, it feeds into the inconsistency part of it. Like, I'll talk to a business owner, for example, and he'll say, hey, I tried X or I tried Y, and I did it for 2 months and it didn't work. And then they're mad that they didn't get the results that they were hoping to get in that process. And really reinforcing that this isn't really the right time for your business. There's really no right time for your business just to dabble and dip into some type of marketing. And the biggest thing for me is most of my clients aren't selling widgets. They're not direct response advertisers. They're not buy one, get one free type people. They're basically putting a brand out there, whether it's an electrician, a plumber, a realtor, a lawyer. Those type of people are performing services. And we live in a society now with digital media where everybody wants instant gratification. And it's not really like that when it comes to branding. So making sure they understand that misconception It isn't that immediate relief. It is laying the foundation for the growth of your business with an investment. And that's what we're talking about on a daily basis.
Well, that seems pretty clear to me, and hopefully clear to your clients as they're working with you to really set them off on the right track and really give them the guidance that they need. So, Mike, we thank you so much for joining us and for sharing all this information with us today.
Howard, thanks so much. It was a pleasure being on with you, and hopefully we'll see you on the branding highway.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us as well. It's really important to have that right brand message, brand recognition, brand response to everything that you're doing. You put a lot of work and effort into your business. You want people to notice it and to understand what it is. Having that right message will help you do so. Check out information that Mike has with his agency to be able to help you as well. But go out, have a great rest of today, and we will see you next time.